Christmas time is here. Everybody knows there's not a better time of year. Here's that sleigh. Santa's on his way. Hip hip hooray for Christmas vacation. Got a ton of stuff to celebrate. Now it's getting closer. I can't wait. Gonna make this holiday as perfect as can be. Just wait and see this Christmas vacation. This old house sure is looking good. Got ourselves the finest snowman in the neighborhood. Ain't it fun? Always on the run. That's how it's done on Christmas vacation. Let's go let the homes and light the lamps. Get a toasted fire burning bright. He'll say this the warmest welcome that he's ever had. We're so glad it's Christmas vacation. And when the nights are peaceful and serene, we can cuddle up to our Christmas dreaming. Christmas vacation. Christmas vacation. Christmas vacation. Christmas vacation. Christmas vacation. Christmas vacation. It's so glad it's Christmas vacation. Peace and joy and love are everywhere. You can feel the magic in the air. Let the spirit of the season carry us away. You can parade for Christmas vacation. Find the life and ho, ho, ho. Jingle, jangle, jingle as we go. Let the spirit of the
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Over the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to fly and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bell, hey, jingle bell, hey, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to fly in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bell, hey, jingle bell, hey, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Thought I'd grab some friends and take them for a ride. Not so sure what's up as ponies run and hide. Put Verity in the back, right next to Pinkie Pie. Better buckle up, my friends, 'cause we're about to fly. Oh, jingle bell, hey, jingle bell, hey, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to fly in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bell, hey, jingle bell, hey, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Go grab Applejack, who's hiding in the barn. Put her in the back and leave behind the farm. Sky is clear and blue, and the wind is at our tails. Ponies hold on tight because we're about to tip the scales. Tomorrow is Christmas morning. Christmas Day, and Santa's coming round the corner, and he's bringing presents, 'cause he's been filling up that Santa's sleigh. Starts speeding up, those colors start to show, streaming through our mains. The higher up we go, even faster still, faces peering through. What fun it is to fly and sing as we soar and ring through. Jingle bells, hey, jingle bells, hey, jingle all the way. Hey, oh, what fun it is to fly in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, hey, jingle bells, hey, jingle all the way. Hey, oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
I'm here to go beyond my limit, not to compromise. And you can tell me if I mean it, looking in my eyes. 'Cause I've been waiting for my moment to strike. So come close, let me show you what it's like. Yeah, you can try to stand in my back, but you're gonna regret it. I'll be the one who laughs while I'm making my exit. 'Cause this is only for the song of heart, not if you get it. And no matter what the outcome, you better accept it. I can come with the shell, I can bury the flag. So don't doubt for a second, just get out of my way. Put your shit in your shell, I'm not letting it go. So take this as a lesson, 'cause it's all that we know. We'll go oh, yeah. We dance with destiny. I've been there and I've seen it. I'm never gonna stop believing. You'll find your flame. Oh, we can save the day. Don't die. It's like I'm seeing double vision. Take a seat, I'm on a mission. We got everything to gain. Yeah. To become everything you're not. You just give it all you got and take the pleasure with the pain. Yeah, I can feel my fire raging. No time for being complacent. There's a dream on the horizon. You know we gotta chase it. And when we get to where we're going, then we start the invasion. That's me, now you must be mistaken. You know I'll turn you into rocks. Grind you right down to dust. You thought you were the best. Well, you haven't met us. Fire and ready. Call me the hurricane. I'm not letting you go. This is how it we'll go. We dance with destiny. I've been there and I've seen it. I'm never gonna stop believing. You'll find your flame. Now here we go. It's the end of the show. Then they're calling your name. 'Cause in the end, it's you and your friends. You'll find your flame. Now here we go, it's the end of the show. Hear them, they're calling your name. 'Cause in the end, it's you and your friends. You'll find your flame. exactly is going on in my chamber, guys? What's going on in here?
I'm a little pissed right now at Sonic. Dude, I seriously put 1,000 bits for you to whoop Aeon Slink. And what did you do? You lost. I'm a little upset, Mike. A little upset. First of all, I'm upset that you wrote that. Second, it's 1,000 bits, dude.
Well, why would you put 1,000 bits on me to be the god of power? Seriously, dude. God, what were you thinking? I was lucky I lasted as long as I did against him. All right, guys, seriously. I have guests in my castle right now. If they hear all this commotion, I mean, we're on the eve of Heartswarming Eve. We're not supposed to be fighting like this, and I agree with Sonic. Why would you put that kind of money on your husband? That's crazy. That's crazy, Dash. Seriously. You two need to just get downstairs, get with the crowd, drink some eggnog, and just chill.
I can't chill, dude. It was 1,000 bits, Sonic. Seriously. This wasn't like 100 bits, 10 bits, 1,000.
Well, I didn't tell you to put the money down on me to beat Aeon. That's enough. Get out of my chamber. Both of you. I got to prep for a live stream here. I got the drawbridge down. I got people walking into my castle, and you two are fighting like this. Go out. What a situation. Anyway, guys, what an episode. Season 3 season finale tonight of Harmony and Chaos. It was crazy. I want to give a special shout out and thanks to all my voice actors. I also want to thank Plush. Him and I working together on that fight scene. It was great. We didn't shut our voices either. But anyway, guys, I want to wish you guys a happy, heartswarming, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I want to see those Chaos Emeralds, Hedgehogs, and Unicorns in the chat. Drawbridge is down. I'm getting ready to take my throne in the throne room. We had a little longer of an intro. It's Christmas. What do you want me to say? Anyway, we're going to get it, guys. Season 3, season finale. Aeon's Revenge. Let's get it.
Do this alone, even though I am strong. Need something more than me, someone to push me to victory. Let's see what we can do together, me and you. Can't be afraid to try. Kiss your fears goodbye. No looking back. You and I were on attack. Full speed ahead. Running to the sunset. Such a different feeling. Both of us believing we can make it better. Together we can show the world what we can do. You can get out next to you. Push me on through until the battle's won. No one's gonna
Oh man, guys. Sorry, I had to take care of Sondash. They were having a little bit of drama up in my chamber. Uh, I don't. I never condone betting on your significant other, especially when the odds were against Sonic to win that fight to begin with. Anyway, guys, I want to say yet again, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, happy hearts warming, and welcome to this episode of The Kingdom. Tonight, we are reviewing the season 3 season finale, episode 96, known as Aeon's Revenge. And I would definitely say Aeon got some revenge on Sonic. Definitely personal between those two hedgehogs. I'm actually debating on doing these live those little live skits before the live stream starts, just for comedic purposes. I'm trying to set up my microphone. I'm in a new room tonight. My boyfriend is working, so I decided to commandeer the living room for tonight's live stream. So I'm in a different throne room, so to speak. Let's see. No, but it was a fantastic episode. Again, I want to shout out all of the VAs, my entire team. We had a couple of really long recording sessions. The main one was 4 hours for this. And then Plush and I did, I think, 2.5 just for the fight sequence. We worked really hard on it. It was a lot of collaboration. But I think in the end, it all came together. And what was one of the... I mean, I wrote this episode. Like, I write every episode. And this was the second time that I watched the episode in its entirety. I watched it this morning just to make sure there was no glitches. And then I watched it again with you guys. And both times I was on the edge of my seat. I was on the edge of my seat more so the second time because, again, not only is it like edge of your seat action, but your guys' reaction to it also played into it. So before we get into the actual episode, I'll actually address that at the end of the live stream. I actually now have a date of when I'm going to release the season 4. So we'll get into that at the end. I like seeing the unicorns, the chaos emeralds, and the hedgehogs. That's gonna be the new thing. When you guys hear my in between, like when I do the off-camera intro, or do it during fist bump. I want to start a little tradition with those 3 emojis. That'd be kind of cool. So I want to get into your guys' chat. You guys are talking about the little skit I did with Rainbow Dash and Sonic over the 1,000 bits. She was confident that her Hedgie was going to beat Aeon. Why? I don't know. I'm still mad. I'm not even getting into it. No. Go Dash. Go get some eggnog, please. There's libations in there. Believe me, you'll feel good after about 2 glasses of eggnog. Start drinking some eggnog. Seriously. Anyway, we're back into it. Still going through the chat. Michael Collins is surprised that the Harmony Chaos Cannon failed. It wasn't the Harmony Chaos Cannon that failed. It was Sonic running out of chaos. The Chaos Emeralds running out of chaos power. They were completely drained of their powers, and then they scattered across the planet. I actually have a lot to explain about Hunter's character because he's an OC. And actually, Elijah is in the chat, so Elijah can help me out with it. The thing about Hunter, which is Elijah's OC, is Eggman created him from the Chaos Emeralds, more specifically the Master Emerald. So Hunter can draw power from the Chaos Emeralds, basically. So when Sonic was using the Chaos Emeralds, Hunter got a power boost. essentially. And then when the Chaos Emeralds died, Hunter died. Elijah says, yeah, thanks, Sonic. I definitely felt like collapsing. Oh man. So I'm literally running on Monster and just fumes. I actually finished episode 96 last night. I worked on it. I got home probably around 8:30, and then I worked on it from, I had a little snack, and then I started working on it around 9. I didn't finish putting the voices and doing whatever editing I could possibly do to make it clear, like clear out the junk that was in the files. By the time I did it, it was 3:30 in the morning, and I went to bed around 4:00. It was 4:04 in the morning this morning when I went to bed, and I suffer from sleep apnea, so I have to sleep with a machine for oxygen, whatever. And anytime I wind up sleeping on my back, I must have turned from my side onto my back, because then I woke up because I had I couldn't breathe. Well, I couldn't breathe because I had the mask was blowing air in my face, so it woke me up. And I wound up waking up for the day at 7:45. So I got 3 hours of sleep, and I've got about 700 miles of driving to do over the next 3 days. So I need to get some rest after this, definitely. Michael Collins thinks it's funny that Infinite always calls Robotnik out on his stupidity. Yes, Infinite is just savage in this series, and you're going to see it. In Infinite is definitely a wise ass, and if just wait till you see some of the lines that he has already in season 4. He's savage. He's savage AF, no doubt about it. Brandon Henderson, will the Dazzlings be in Harmony and Chaos? Probably not. I've been debating on them. I have so much planned that I'm actually squeezing stuff. Like, I brought in Eggman about 1 or 2 seasons earlier than I originally wanted to bring Eggman in, but I wanted to get him in the series just because I feel like now was the good time to get Eggman involved. So I always left it open for the possibility that they would fix his hyperdrive and he'd be able to get to Equestria faster, which they did. So I always left that as an option if I wanted him to come in sooner. I'm not desperate for storylines. Believe me, I didn't have to bring Eggman in because I'm desperate for a story. I'm not. I have so many thoughts going through my head. I mean, I don't want to say no to the Dazzlings. I just feel like, what can the Dazzlings really do against Sonic, against Shadow? I don't know. It's different. I don't know. I haven't really figured that out yet. I've debated on it though. I have. Brandon Henry, will the Transformers be in Harmony and Chaos? No. The Transformers will not. Oh, because I think they were what? Wait, I gotta go back up. Well, no, Transformers will not be in Harmony and Chaos like in the comics. They're in the Sonic. No, they're in the My Little Pony. I saw a My Little Pony thing with the Transformers. Was it? Yeah, was that, or was it Sonic? I don't remember. I don't know. Probably not. No, I don't really want to do a crossover. So I'm not into the crossovers per se. I mean, Solaria had to talk me off the ledge of tying in. I was gonna do like this little miraculous tie-in, where somehow the characters wind up on Earth for some odd reason. I don't remember the exact details of how I came up with that, but somehow Sonic becomes Cat Noir for an episode or 2, and yeah, I thought about it, and then Solaria's like, no, that's just stupid. No. And she very quickly burst my bubble and talked me out of it. So yeah, that was a good idea by Solaria to do that. Brandon Henderson also says, as Discord, I do hope I get to be a hero in this voice dub, by absorbing the power of the Chaos Emeralds. After all, I am the Lord of Chaos. Very true, Brandon. I like this guy. He gets me. Oh, man. Discord, you've dipped into too much eggnog, and that's going to be a problem. Oh, it won't be. I know how to handle my liquor. I'll be fine. Elijah Dodorich. Thanks, Sonic. I definitely felt like collapsing. He's referencing his OC Hunter. Michael Collins. You know, Mike, I can give you permission to use my OC for the series. Is he a villain? Michael Collins, is he a villain? I have a buttload of OCs in the series. I have Will Atkinson's characters, which is Prince William, Nightshade, and we had Fidget as well. So I had OCs there. I have Elijah's OC, Hunter. And I think Solaria, we are debating if her OCs, which were originally going to be in season 3 here, here at the end of the season, and it fell through. So, and I had to change some things around. But I mean, yeah, we have a lot of OCs. But I do appreciate that, Michael Collins. You're gonna have to let me know about the OC you're thinking of. You're in my Discord server, so yeah, let me know about that if you don't want to let me know here. Brandon Henderson. This month marks 1 year since Boeing ended production on the Boeing 747 aircraft. Elijah Dodorich, whatever questions you guys have about me, I'll try to answer. Yeah, if you guys have any questions about Hunter's lore, Elijah is the guy to ask because I get Hunter's lore from Elijah. That's his OC. I love Hunter as a character. So, yeah, any lore I get or any kind of backstory I get from Hunter is straight from Elijah. So, Nicole Kala, I love Infinite being savage, and she always draws the sunglass emoji. Yeah, I do him justice from Sonic Forces. I think he should have been a bigger BA than he was. I got to scroll back. Why is my mouse being so ridiculous right now? Yeah, I thought it was My Little Pony who did the crossover Transformers. I did see the cover for that, believe it or not. I always thought that Transformers would be more of a Sonic thing, like a crossover with Sonic, like Eggman maybe corrupts Optimus Prime. I don't know. That would have been cool. That would have been a cool twist. Dr. Eggman corrupts Optimus Prime with like some malware or something. That would have been cool. Brandon Henderson, to be honest, I almost teared up after watching the series finale of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, but all it took was a plane spotting video from Reagan National Airport. Solaria is fighting me, throws me out a window. Don't worry, Michael, I'll save you. Thank you, Discord. Thank you. Elijah Dodorich, MLP did crossover. Yes, he did. Yep, they did Transformers. I remember seeing. Yeah, now that you mentioned it, I do remember seeing the cover for that. I thought it would have been really cool if Eggman were to like corrupt him. That would have been cool. Michael Collins at Michael Evans. I would like to see the ponies go to Earth. You know, I don't know. It may or may not happen, depending on where I decide. You know what? I'm going to get into Solaria here in a minute. Give me my internet daughter. Michael Collins, even if it's just temporary. Yeah. I don't know. I again, that thought has also crossed my mind as like, how do we get there? Maybe does Chris go home? Does Equestria get destroyed possibly? And we go to Earth? I have a lot of ideas of how they would go to Earth. I haven't figured that exactly out yet if I'm even going to do that. Solaria, Asphelia. Oh, brother, this Draconicus stinks. Joking. Michael, what am I, a roach? I said your OCs. I wasn't sure if I should mention them yet, but yes, Philia is one of Solaria's OCs. Philia is the resident She is the resident gremlin inside of the Harmony and Chaos server, especially in the voice chats. If you guys get into a voice chat with Philia, yeah, it's life-changing. Brandon Henderson, out of all the characters in My Little Pony, Discord is my favorite male character, and Fluttershy is my favorite female character. And I am sure you ship Fluttercord. I love Fluttershy and Discord, to be honest with you, as a couple. And I already know Solaria is going to mention Bride of Discord. Michael, we need to keep watching Bride of Discord. I can see it coming. Oh, man. Elijah paying respect to Fidget. Michael Collins says his OC isn't a villain. His OC is just him as a pony, so you can use him in any way you want. I give you full permission. All right. You'll have to bounce some ideas. You'll have to give me his backstory and stuff, and I'll have to see. Brandon Henderson, have you ever watched The Last Adventure? No, I have not. Philia says, Michael, I will throw you out of building, you old geezer. Michael, I'm dragging you onto Discord after this. I don't give a fuck. It ain't solar. It ain't solar anymore here. Oh, boy. It's just Philia. Now we are just getting Philia. Oh, shit. I'm dead. I'm about as dead as Sonic. I'm about as dead as Sonic is for losing to Aeon and costing Rainbow Dash 1,000 bits. I'm still pissed. Dash, keep drinking eggnog. Have some. I've got cake. I've got pie. Eat something. Gee, Sonic, control your wife. Good luck with that. Those two. Anyway. Let's see. Brandon Hender says, Discord, if you're out there, I'm your number one fan. Why, thank you, sir. It's going to go to Discord's head, please. Philia says, correction, I'm the resident gremlin who's related to Shadow. Bride of Discord, I'm here. Hello, we're on episode 4, mister. I told you, yep. Actually, yeah, I would be down. I would be down for that. I'm on 3 hours of sleep, though, and you scolded me for it. I got scolded by my internet daughter. Brandon Henderson asks, how much danger would Equestria be if Thanos was in Equestria? I don't know. I see, and that's the thing. I don't know, like, if he would be invincible like he is in the movie or not. But again, our characters have Chaos Emeralds. They have elements of harmony. They have the marks of Herc, the Triad of Power. They have a lot of ways they could beat Thanos, I think. Nicole is telling Rainbow Dash to calm down. I'm right here, Philia, and I'm pissed. And if you want to know why, Dash, fine. I'll go sit down. Go leave the castle. Just leave the castle. Guards, throw Dash out. Throw her out. Throw her in. Next step is the dungeon, Dash. Get her out. I've been thrown out of better castles than this. Bye, Dashy. I love you. And Rainbow Dash is gone. We had to throw her out. She's disturbing the peace here on the eve of Heartswarming Eve. This is why you don't bet money. You know, Rainbow Dash Sonic, you need to teach your wife how to bet. She bets like Philia. She can't win a bet. Why would she put? I'm not getting into it. I don't know, dude. It was a dumb bet. I don't get it. Don't encourage her, Solaria. Don't encourage Dashy right now. I want to know who exactly are Aeon, Nazo, and Scourge. Okay, so Aeon, I guess, is technically pronounced Eon, and I've been mispronouncing it this whole time. I am from Chicago. So if I see an A, I don't say Eon, I say Aeon, because I'm an idiot, because I'm from Chicago, and I have to pronounce every verb, or every freaking vowel. Nazo, there is actually a really good series of movies on Nazo, or Nazo, however you want to call them. I'll call them Nazo. But he's actually the supreme chaos. He's like this. He's like the ultimate god that lives inside of the chaos emeralds, or the master emerald, I think is how it goes. I haven't really watched it in a while, but those Nazo movies are very good. I highly recommend them. They are by Chakra X. I credited Chakra X in the episode, so if you wanted to look at his videos, those Nazo videos are incredible. Scourge is like Elijah says, he's an anti-Sonic. So there you go. Oh yeah, Rainbow Dash has got plenty of money. She's an athlete. That's why I don't understand why she's freaking out over 1,000 bits.
I can still hear you.
Guards, can we just Dash is cut off? Just she can't sit in the throne room right now. She can't. She's just get her back to Ponyville. Get her on.
I'll just fly back here.
She's yelling at me through my windows. Seriously, just throw her in the dungeon. I'm sorry, Dash. I'll release you after we're done here. And my boy Plush is coming to my defense. It's pronounced Aeon. I don't know who said Eon. Felia says, wait, my quote unquote pony wife lost a bet? El bozo. Yeah, she lost a bet. Solaria, if you wanna see what that bet was, you'll have to watch the intro to this live stream. Yeah. Brandon Henderson asks, as an ace reporter from the news, what was the inspiration behind Harmony and Chaos? Simply put, my daughter and I watched Sonic X and we watched My Little Pony together. We watched a lot of stuff on YouTube, so a lot of recommendations came up. And with those recommendations came a lot of Sonic and MLP crossover videos, the early ones. And I started seeing all the artwork for these characters, and I'm like, wow, all this great artwork is out there, all these great videos. I'm like, for some reason, this crossover really works. It just kind of needs a story. So literally, just based off of all the pictures and all the artwork that I saw out there, it was just coming up with a story for it all. But yeah. I went too far down on the crossover rabbit hole. No, I did not. Aeon, now, Brandon Henderson wants to know who Aeon is. So, Aeon is this hedgehog. He's non-canon, but I don't want to say he's non-canon. If you ask a lot of people, he's non-canon, but I think Sega canonized him briefly for a video game, and then that was it. But Aeon's backstory is as dark as I have made it. So basically, the backstory I gave for Aeon is pretty accurate. He does have a crystal that gives him power. He's not very powerful. He's actually allergic to chaos energy. He's an OC that actually got canonized by Sega briefly. I don't know the rest of as far as the backstory. That's just like his backstory. I made up my own backstory for him as it pertained to Harmony and Chaos, that he was the one who kidnapped Sonia for her Mark of Herc powers when Sonic, Sonia, and Manic were children. But no, if you want to look up Aeon, look him up in Wiki Fandom, the Wiki Fandoms, because that's where I get a lot of my information on. And I took as much of the backstory that they gave and I put it into Harmony and Chaos. Like him losing his friend Amber, that was real character lore. So yeah, it's all there. I don't think they really gave him too much canonized storylines after that. I know there's some videos, there's some sprite animations of Sonic and Shadow fighting him. I don't think he ever really crossed paths with Sonic in the canon world. I don't know how it went. I've never actually seen, and all I read on Aeon was his backstory, and I thought he was a cool character as far as like his backstory went. But they never really, there's not really much out there that's canonized as to him having beef with Sonic. Although you'll see a shit ton of videos out there with them fighting. So, you know. Yeah, Elijah's giving us the backstory for Nazo. He's an entity born from the negativity of the Chaos Emeralds. Yes, and all three of those movies are very good. Again, I'm going to put this in the chat. All right. All right. I pinned Chakra X up in the chat. Chakra X is the one who came up with the Revenge of Nazo and all that. All three of those movies. Those are all very good. I recommend watching those. And a lot of the fight sequences that I had, a lot of that little GIF animation that I did was from the Nazo, the Nazo episodes that are on YouTube. You can find them on YouTube. That's the name of Chakra X is the name of the YouTuber who created that. It's all very good. Well, we are 43 minutes into this live stream, and I've yet to get into the episode. So this is the last podcast of 2023. I will say that outright. I will be going live on New Year's Day at 7 p.m. We are going to do a Q&A and a season 3 wrap up live stream where we just wrap up everything that happened in season 3, all the big moments. It's pretty hard to believe that I started this season almost 5 years ago. April of 2019, I was at Whiny City PonyCon in Schaumburg, Illinois. I was at a pony convention when I started season 3, and that was almost 5 years ago. So yeah, it's taken me 5 years to get this season done, sadly. So to get into the episode, finally, we start the episode with Sonic showing up at Twilight's castle to check on Hunter. Sonic could sense, Sonic could sense with his alicorn ability, he could sense Infinite using the Phantom Ruby. So Sonic came rushing back into town where he found out that Hunter was assaulted. Hunter and Nightshade were assaulted by a mysterious being who somehow yielded alicorn magic. And if you remember what Sonic said in the prior episode, he sensed Soletta's power in it. So, Soletta is the pony who created the Phantom Ruby. Again, it's fictitious. I made that up. I made up my own original story for it. So the Phantom Ruby is actually made with alicorn and unicorn magic. So Soletta's part of Soletta's magic is in there. So that's why Sonic said he felt like he could sense Soletta briefly. Dark Swirl's magic is also in it. So let's see. Oh, Brandon Henderson and Joyce chatting in the chat, the Kingdom chat. So we see Sonic show up, and they make a little bit of small talk, and then Queen Arthaya shows up, which, you remember what Queen Arthaya was doing in the last episode. She was going to try to get Cream off the hook for being erased from existence. And as we would come to find out, she would be. So everybody's just kind of shocked to see Queen Arthaya show up. That particular scene ends with them going to get Cream. Cosmo going upstairs to go get Cream. So we go into opening credits, and I'm taking a drink. Yeah, we come out of the opening credits, and then we go right back to Twilight's castle. So we go back to Twilight's castle, and we see Sonia and Hunter. We see Sonia and Hunter together in a guest bedroom. Sonia has been taking care of Hunter, trying to make sure he's comfortable, taking care of his needs. Hunter is not overly hurt too badly overall with the fight with Infinite. He's a little banged up, but Sonia is kind of intrigued by him. So she's kind of taking it upon herself just to kind of be like a nurse kind of to him, just to make sure he's okay. During that scene, they start talking about things. They introduce themselves, and they just get into a little bit of small talk. We see Hunter hint. Obviously, Sonia has a dark past, especially in Harmony and Chaos, where she's betrayed our heroes and Sonic and Manic several times already. And she kind of says she wants to change. And we kind of get, we knew Hunter was created by Eggman with the Chaos Emerald / Master Emerald. So he tells Sonia, look, I have a little bit of a dark past as well, so I'm not going to judge you on that. It's best to learn from those mistakes and move forward. What Hunter was trying to tell her was, I basically learned for myself, like, who I wanted to be as my own individual, not just because Eggman created me. Do I feel like I needed to do what he wanted to do? So he basically saw through Eggman's bullshit and chose for himself to be good. Elijah said, I kind of got wrecked by Infinite, that being his OC. Solaria says, I hate low voices sometimes, and she especially hates her own low voice. Michael Collins does not agree with what Earthia did. Elijah smells a ship between Hunter and Sonia. Well, you should know, because we talked about that in the VCs and in text chats. Oh boy. I'm not even gonna mention that one. Brandon Henderson, I kind of see Luna and Nightshade shipping as well as a repair between Pinkie Pie and Manic. Brandon Henderson also says, will Discord and Tails ever be friends in Harmony and Chaos? Probably not. Probably not. And I will say Discord and Tails have a little bit of a skirmish in season 4, episode 1. They have a little bit of a skirmish. Tails almost gets arrested in the first episode of season 4. He almost gets arrested, and I'm not going to spoil why. No, Ophelia, because here's the thing. The stuff that goes on in the VC between these characters in real life is not for everybody. We'll say that. So, Brandon Henderson, to be honest, I'm a little confused as to why Equestria invites friendship and harmony. Meanwhile, they are not welcoming towards creatures like Discord. Well, they are. No, they are now. They are now. And they have the School of Friendship. So they're trying to unify all of the different creatures in Equestria. So like the dragons. Just if you remember the School of Friendship, they had the hippogriffs. They had Silverstream there. You had a changeling. You had an ox. Basically the Student Six. So they are trying to unify all of the different creatures on Equestria. Elijah asks, Miles, what did you do? Oh, Princess Celestia calls him Miles Prower in the episode. Mr. Prower. she addresses him as Mr. Prower and as Miles Prower in the first episode of season 4. He almost gets in big trouble. And the thing is, he almost gets Fluttershy in trouble. He's got some things in Fluttershy's basement. He's hiding some things in Fluttershy's basement that he left there. Some projects. And Princess Celestia not happy. She's not happy about it. So, yeah. Some interesting things going on there. Michael Kahn says, I just can't see Pinky ever settling down due to how immature she is. Ophelia says, Discord get tails, we're throwing him. I am not wasting my time with that fox, Ophelia. I'm enjoying the live stream and the chaos that Michael's going through right now. Elijah Dodorich is naming all of the student 6 that were in the School of Friendship. And Ophelia really wants to throw tails. Whatever. That's something we do in the Discord server, and it was kind of funny when it actually happened. Discord and Ophelia worked together on that. We're not going to get into the last thing that Discord and Ophelia did together in that server. We're not. So anyway, back to the episode. So Queen Earthaya tells Cream she's free, that because she was such a good person when she was alive, and her life was taken away from her unfairly, that the upper level gods have decided to give her a second chance at life, mainly because she was so young when her life was taken from her, and it was they are just going to give her a second chance. So Cream is very happy. Spike is very happy. And it's just a happy moment to see Cream get another chance at it. You guys know I have publicly stated that one of the things that I regretted was killing off Cream in season 2. That was one of the big things that I regretted doing. So, yeah. So I found a way to bring her back. I found a way to bring her back because I felt so bad to like write her off like that. Solaria says, yeah, as Cream. Yeah, but I'm back. So after that, Sonic bids, once Queen Earthaya leaves, Sonic heads upstairs to go visit with Hunter. He wants to question Hunter on the attack, on his attacker, so he can try to get some answers. Let's see. Michael Collins says, if you know in the show, Michael, the other species in the show were kind of assholes. So it is surprising that the other ponies were racist. The thing is the thing is, though, is, yeah, the Griffins are very assholish. But once Princess Ember took over the dragons became friendly. And then the Ox aren't that bad. The Ox just kind of like to party a lot, from what I saw. They're like Pinkie Pie. They like to party a lot. The Yaks, not the Ox, the Yaks. But see, again, a lot of that, the racist, a lot of the the dragons versus the ponies and all that other stuff. A lot of that stuff was like in the past. So, Equestria is kind of becoming more PC, I guess, toward other creatures. It's we've started seeing this in the My Little Pony movie, where we started to see unity between different creatures. That was really the first time that we started seeing it. The first time is when we saw the changelings, when the changelings reformed at the end of season 6, really. But the Griffins have always been arrogant, from what I saw. they like to fight a lot, the Griffins. Elijah says, hashtag third wheel Sonic yaks. Yes, they are the yaks. I know. But yeah. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Brandon. My issue with G4 from G5 is we really didn't get. I don't think we got enough tie-in as to explaining what the heck happened. Um, that would have been nice to have a better transition than what they did. I don't understand why they got rid of G4. G4 was doing really well ratings wise. I don't know why they got rid of G4. It made no sense to me. So once Sonic gets upstairs, we're going to get back into the episode now. Once Sonic gets upstairs, he sees that Hunter and Sonya are kind of talking, flirting a little bit. No, Cream, you do not have a gun. Yet. I'm going to leave it at that. Cream does not have a gun yet. Canonly in HC yet. Anyway, back into the episode that we were talking about. So Sonic sees that Sonya and Hunter are kind of having like a flirtatious moment. He tells Sonya, "Hey, look, if you don't mind, it's my turn to have small talk with Hunter. I want to, I want to discuss with him about his attacker. I want to try to get some answers." And Sonya's like, "All right, I get it." And she kind of like flirtatiously says goodbye to Hunter and that she'll be back later. I'll be back later. And we saw Hunter kind of, he was kind of playing along with it, like, I'll be here. I look forward to it. So once Sonya leaves, Sonic takes a seat and he starts interrogating or questioning Hunter about Infinite, about his mysterious attacker. The big things out of this conversation between Sonic and Hunter is Hunter confirms that indeed Infinite is the guy who tried to kill him on Mobius, that he's a Mobian jackal, and that he does have a red ruby on his chest plate that seems to give him powers. And Sonic puts two and two together and says, well, I bet that's where we're sensing the alicorn magic. Maybe that's what's giving him, maybe that's why we're sensing some weird alicorn imbalances, Twilight and I, is because maybe this dude's got a gemstone that has magic in it, pony magic. So they continue the conversation. And Hunter says, he tells Sonic that the reason they went after Infinite was because he felt uneasy sensing Infinite's power. And he knew that he felt Infinite's presence the day he was impaled. He wasn't sure if Infinite was the guy who impaled him or not. All he knew was that was how the power felt familiar to him. So he kind of wanted to go find him and question it. And question him about it, at least to see if maybe he had answers or if he was the one. It would turn out Hunter was told by Infinite himself, I'm the guy who tried to impale you. Yeah, it was me. I forget. I'm trying to remember what else. Hunter, I think, also tells, he just tells Sonic some of the basic info. Sonic is able to put two and two together. One of the questions he does ask is, how did you know this guy prior? And did you cross paths with him when you were working for Baldy McNosehair? And Hunter said, no, I never saw his face up until yesterday. And that's basically it. So after that, Sonic decides that he's going to just chill for, him and Hunter chill for a few more minutes. I don't know what they talk about. But he tells Hunter that he's going to ask Twilight about it, especially if that gemstone does have the potential to have alicorn magic in it. Sonic wants to know if maybe Twilight had heard anything or knows anything about something like that. After that scene, we go. let's see, what do we do after that? I want to say we go to Eggman's ship for some odd reason. Yeah, we go to Eggman's ship. Not much really happening there. No, Aeon appears. Aeon appears, and then we go to Eggman's ship. So Aeon randomly creates a portal. This is the remnants of his power that he has left. And as having the god of powers that he does have, he's able to open up dimensional portals without his amulet, which is what he does. And who knows what he did for the 24 or 48 hours after he blew up Planet 3756R. No one knows. But he wound up traveling back to Equestria to exact his revenge on Sonic and to take over the world, and to take over Equestria, and to start his own empire, his universal empire. But as we will come to find out, Aeon doesn't know the little secret about deity power and alicorn magic. It's almost the same thing. You only are allowed to have that power as long as your body has the power in it. So once Aeon's deity powers wear off, so does the deity. So Aeon made a critical mistake destroying that amulet, and we hear that we hear Shadow make reference to it during his fight with Aeon in this episode. And so once Aeon appears, he makes it abundantly clear what he's going to do, and he flies towards Ponyville. Will and Sonia immediately sense Aeon. Why? Because Sonia and Prince William and Nightshade, those three can sense Aeon, and they're the only three who can sense Aeon because they have the mark of her powers in them, essentially having deity powers. So they feel the presence of Aeon immediately. And we see that when Will wakes up. Now, keep in mind, in Europony, it's the other side of the planet, so it's nighttime there. So he and Starlight are asleep. It wakes him up out of a sound sleep. He immediately goes to Ponyville. And at this point, Sonia is already downstairs trying to warn Twilight and Shadow that Aeon is back. Shadow immediately immediately thinks it's bullshit or BS. Like, what kind of stunt are you pulling this time, Philia? You've done this before. What are you trying to do? And Philia's like, no, I'm not. I'm being serious. Will you just trust me? And it's not until Prince William shows up that it finally clicks. Like, oh, something's not right. Maybe something is wrong. And Prince William says, there's a situation here. I could sense a deity power heading straight for Ponyville. And Sonia's like, see, I told you. And Sonic is immediately exclamation point over his head. Yes, this is not right. Something's wrong. Maybe Sonia really is telling the truth. So immediately Twilight goes into semi-panic mode, like, oh my God, we gotta get the elements of harmony from the tree of harmony. We gotta get the chaos emeralds. We gotta get going. We gotta hurry. So like Twilight goes into a semi-spaz attack. So Sonic's like, all right, I'll go to the tree of harmony, get the elements of harmony. Somebody call Knuckles and get him over here with the chaos emeralds. And we'll prepare to use, if it is Aeon, we'll use the Harmony Chaos Cannon on him. So Sonic goes and bolts off towards the Everfree Forest to go to the Tree of Harmony cave. And meanwhile, they're going to wait for Knuckles to bring the Chaos Emeralds. As all of this is going down, Princess Celestia and Discord have tracked down the Time Rift in Vancouver. Now, the problem with this Time Rift is that it's a very large Time Rift. This Time Rift was opened up by the powers of a deity or deity-esque powers. So it's a very large, powerful, dark matter-filled rift. The other issue is that Vancouver is a heavily populated city in Equestria. So Princess Celestia has a big problem with this big old time rift being open in the middle of a big city. So she decides, she asks Discord, we can't just leave this here. What are our options? And Discord says, well, there is an option we do have. I could shoot my chaos magic into it and close it temporarily. But as Discord would explain, that the dark matter, in order for the universe to balance itself out, the dark matter has to be there and disperse on its own. You can't just magically make dark matter disappear, because then it still remains. So what Discord tells her that the one option is, he's like, I can't get rid of the time rift, but what I can do is I can shrink it down into smaller time rifts, and it can disperse to other areas of Equestria. The dark matter will just find a different place to open up. So Celestia is still kind of debating as to if this is a good idea or not, because who knows where these time rifts are going to open. But Discord tells her this particular time rift is going to be open for about 1,500 years, give or take, with the amount of dark matter that's coming out of it. Celestia immediately says, no, we can't, no. And Discord says, well, I can close it temporarily and open it up into smaller increments, depending on, it was really based off how powerful Discord's chaos magic was in comparison to the dark matter, that would determine the size of the smaller rifts. Elijah Dolorich, what? 1,500 years? Quoting Celestia. Did I say Felian? Well, okay. Anyway, so the final straw in this scene for Celestia is absolutely when past Twilight shocks every pony. The Twilight that Shadow simped over 7 years in the past decides to pop out of the time loophole, or through the time rift. And Discord's like, sweet Celestia! And Princess Celestia is in shock, like, what are you doing here, Twilight? You know time travel is forbidden. And she's like, I'm sorry, I got, my timeline's version of you told me to inspect the time rift, because we were told that the strange portal opened up by all the ponies of Vancouver. And then we see Celestia scold past Twilight, like, you're too much like a cat, Twilight. Just because I tell you to investigate a time rift does not mean go into the time rift. So, like, curiosity killed the cat, basically. That and past Twilight knew that was the time rift to get to Shadow, and she wanted to see Shadow. Selfishly wants to see Shadow. So once Twilight pops out of that, past Twilight comes out of that time rift, Princess Celestia's mind is made up. It's this time rift has to go. We have to get it out of this populated area. There's no way we can allow this portal to sit here. So we got to disperse it and make it smaller. So past Twilight was telling Princess Celestia, obviously we see Discord making fun of past Twilight because she's wearing an eye patch and she's got like a little ninja dude thing. She's got the little, the bandana thing on, whatever it's called. I don't know. I'm exhausted. I can't think of it. But she looks like a pirate ninja, basically, to Discord. So he kind of makes fun of her. And that's when past Twilight tells Princess Celestia that she lost her eye in the battle with Aeon and Sunset Shimmer, helping Shadow and Starlight to try to catch Aeon. Princess Celestia kind of feels bad at that point. Past Twilight also told Princess Celestia that Shadow had left without really saying goodbye. Twilight was still in really bad shape when Shadow left. So Shadow really didn't get a chance to say goodbye. As you can see, she still has a lot of scarring from the fight. So yeah, she was in bad shape. She got messed up really bad in that fight. So Celestia reluctantly says, as a way of showing gratitude to past Twilight, why don't we give her 2 minutes to go see Shadow? So Discord tries to talk her out of it, like, I mean, she's gonna meet Twilight. That was Discord's big thing, and Princess Celestia is like, look, the damage is already done. We have time rifts. We have open time rifts here. The damage is clearly done already. So really, who cares? Let it happen. So Discord reluctantly takes past Twilight to Princess Twilight's castle. We also notice at this point, we go to Eggman's ship in between. Eggman and Infinite are kind of having a debate as to how they're going to handle the situation. Also, Eggman's computers picked up the disturbance. They picked up the imbalance, the portals being there. So now Eggman knows about the time rifts. That is going to be a significant factor in the series moving forward. I can't say when I'm going to use that, but again, those time rifts are going to be a big deal in the series moving forward. So, Michael Collins, if you're listening, yeah, that could possibly be a way to get your OC in, is the time rift. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But Eggman is definitely going to use those time rifts in the future, and we'll see what he decides to do with those time rifts. So, again, it's something that is setting up a story later on down the line. Again, I don't really, I do big things. I set up big things for a reason. So like these time rifts, they're not going to really play too much of a factor in the right now episodes. But 2, 3, whatever, how many seasons down the line, yes, those time rifts are going to come into play in Harmony and Chaos down the line. So I wanted to establish the significance of them now. So keep that in mind. Wow, it's been a while since I've got back into the chat. I guess Ophelia is simping over past Twilight. That's kind of funny. Brandon Henderson says Equestria is doomed forever in Harmony and Chaos. In some ways, yes. And we actually, in the earlier episodes, in the season 1 episodes, we saw Knuckles like be really argumentative about not wanting to use the Chaos Emeralds in Equestria. It's like, look, they don't need all this chaotic imbalance in Equestria. We're not going to open up portals and ruin this planet like we did with Mobius, because Mobius had time portals and they had all kinds of portals because of the chaos energy that was on that planet. So Knuckles says, yeah, we're not going to abuse the quest. But yeah, we'll get into those later on when we do the reboot episodes. Ophelia and Hunter are fighting. It's so funny. The 2 OCs. Oh, wait. Oh. Elijah says, as Hunter, I may only sip for Sonya now, possibly Senpai, but I believe I'm allowed to compliment others on their looks. Oh, is Hunter insinuating he's attracted to Nightshade? Ooh. Ophelia says, still supposed to be the good one. I will be like my brother. Shadow taught me to be a simp. That's funny. Brandon says, I'm now a Draconicus. Oh, man. Oh, you guys are crazy. Oh, wrong one. Got it up here. So we get back into it. I'm trying to remember. Basically arguing. They're arguing over how they're going to attack Equestria. And apparently, Infinite and Eggman were going to invade Equestria right now. They were getting ready for an invasion, and then Aeon showed up, and then we start getting the fight. But their big debate was, well, how do we invade? Infinite does not want help from, as Infinite put it, he doesn't want help from past failures. The stink Zeddy, as he called Zavok, and Scrap, but he didn't call Metal Scrap Pile, but basically Metal. He was like, I don't want help from Metal or Zavok. I don't need them. And then Eggman makes reference to the prototype Phantom Rubies that he created in the video game of Sonic Forces. Season 4, I want to just say right now, Season 4 is going to be, for the first, I would say, first several, maybe, I don't know how many episodes, but the first part of Season 4 is going to be the Sonic Forces arc, basically. I'm going to redo it in my own way and of how I would do it. So it's going to be a retooled version of Sonic Forces, basically, the first part of Season 4. I don't want to give too much away there, but again, we just see them bickering and fighting. Eventually, they just come to terms and into an agreement. After that scene takes place, we go back to Twilight's castle. The girls, the main 6, are starting to arrive and meet up. From what they heard over the communicators, at some point, somebody communicated to the girls to show up. We told Sonic. Sonic obviously said, "Will somebody get a hold of?" Well, Sonic was the one who got a hold of the girls and told the girls to meet up at the castle. And we're starting to see that they're meeting up. As Rainbow Dash is having a conversation with Twilight, they come to find out that they're fighting Aeon, who's a god. And Rainbow Dash is like, "What are we supposed to do against these guys? Who let Rainbow Dash back in here?" "I snuck in through the top window, dork." Oh, I'm done. Okay, just don't cause any more problems, Rainbow Dash. I'm over it. I'm good. The eggnog was kicking in. And you flew in through my window. Okay. Oh, now Felia's all excited. Dashy's back. If you guys don't know, Felia and Dashy are like besties in the server. So, yeah. Felia says, "My wife." Oh, man. We got OC lore in this chat, man. Plush's OC Wrath. Yeah. We got OCs going on in here. It's the Battle of the OCs. All right, so yes, thank you, Elijah. We cue Discord bringing past Twilight to the castle. So they're having a debate, and all of a sudden, as they're trying to discuss plans to fight Aeon, right before past Twilight appears, Shadow tells Rainbow Dash, "Look, you girls serve a bigger purpose than you realize. You guys are here to use the elements of harmony so you can give Sonic the Harmony Chaos Cannon to defeat Aeon. That's basically what you are here for. So you guys do play a role." And at that moment, that's when Discord shows up, poof, with past Twilight. And Pinkie Pie says, "Oh my God, there's 2 Twilights!" And Shadow's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Oh! And then he turns around and sees the past Twilight standing there. She looks a little different, but he immediately knows what's going on. Like it kind of like immediately clicks. They share a hug. Past Twilight and Shadow. Twilight immediately gets upset with Discord. Like, what the hey is going on here, Discord? Why would you bring her here? And basically, I think Twilight realizes, I think present day Twilight, Princess Twilight, whatever you want to call her, I think she realizes that Celestia is aware of the situation, and she's just kind of, okay, whatever. And she's like, we got a much bigger problem here to deal with, so I don't care, whatever. And Rainbow Dash, there's kind of a funny moment where Rainbow Dash, she's like, "Oh my gosh, past Twilight is like 20% cooler." It's almost like Rainbow Dash is kind of like simping over past Twilight.
She's like, oh my God, she's so much cooler. She's got an eye patch. Look at her, dude.
Ophelia is stealing Dashy away. Oh, man. Bye, Rainbow Dash.
Lame. See ya, bozo.
Scrappy. Scrap pile. Yeah. Yeah, he did call Metal Sonic scrap pile. Random texts. So Ophelia's like, mine now, taking Rainbow Dash away. I warned you, Rainbow Dash has had a little too much eggnog, quote unquote. It's going to be like, although Rainbow Dash was sober in the chat the other day. So, yeah. Anyway, so past Twilight basically tells the team what happened in the past Sunset Shimmer, and she was just checking on Shadow to see how he was. She didn't get a chance to say goodbye. I'm not touching that, Ophelia. I'm not touching it. Anyway, so somehow or another, Rainbow Dash left a Twily slip. She calls Twilight Twily, and past Twilight's like, oh, that's what my brother calls me. And then current present day Princess Twilight kind of has an emotional moment because she's like, yeah, Shining Armor isn't with us anymore. And then she kind of gets into detail about what happened with Shining Armor. She doesn't give her like the exact details, but she does tell her, look, when King Sombra shows up and you fight him the first time, use the elements of harmony on our brother. It's going to cleanse his body of King Sombra. Well, she doesn't actually say that completely, but as we would find out in season 2, that had the elements of harmony been used on Shining Armor, he would have been able to be cleansed of King Sombra. But by the time they realize it, it's already too late, and King Sombra had already taken over Shining Armor's body. So by then, it's too late when they find out. So after that, Discord says the time is up. Your 2 minutes are up. We need to get you back to the past so I can close the time rift, or at least relocate the time rift. So they teleport back to the time rift. And right after that, we go into the pre-harmony. Let's see. Felix like, who pissed in your coffee, dude? I'm assuming you're talking to Wrath. Wow. Yeah, Wrath is a very evil OC. Very evil. Very evil. Yeah, he's very evil. So that's the lore for Wrath. Anyway. Well, coffee is yucky. I'm drinking, coffee and energy drink. That's how I'm doing this live stream right now. I'm running on Monster and just pure I don't even know anymore. I'm on fumes at this point. Philia says she's taking your wife. It's all right, I'm taking your brother. Oh, leave me out of this. I'm not getting involved publicly with your sibling. No. Don't play like you don't like it, Shadow. Why are we doing this here? This is not the Discord server. Stop. Anyway, we're not getting into the Discord lore. No. Anywho, you guys are probably wondering what the hell is going on. This is all Discord server lore that we're doing here. But yeah. No, they will not, Brandon Henderson. No, they will not. Brandon Henderson asks, will Thorax, Trixie, and Fidget return as Angels in Harmony and Chaos? No. Ophelia says, Sonic, you can keep him. No comment. I plead the fifth. Anyway, back into it. We are getting into Discord lore now, server lore. Elijah says playing the taps for Fidget. So after that, we go back. We go to the Tree of Harmony. Oh, I'm starting to get tired. So we go to the Tree of Harmony where Sonic has collected the elements of harmony now. He walks out of the cave and he's starting to put all the elements on, so he doesn't have to carry them all. So he's putting on all the elements. And as he's doing this, Aeon spots him. Aeon shows up. Sonic goes to run off. And as he's running off, gets kicked. He gets kicked by Aeon and sent flying. He got yeeted through the Everfree Forest. And then Aeon and Sonic, Aeon shows up over Sonic and basically laughs at him. And Sonic says, even as a god of power, you still got to sucker punch me to get the upper hand. And Aeon's like, if I wanted to really sucker punch you, you wouldn't be conscious right now. And then Sonic asks, Aeon, like, well, look, you got what you wanted. Why did you come back here to start trouble? You got what you wanted. You wanted the god of power. You wanted the Triad of power so you can go and exact your revenge on Eclipse. You did that. Like, why come back here and start trouble? We didn't do anything to you. And as we would come to find out, if you guys remember 4 years ago when season 3 started, and this is where Aeon has held a grudge. Aeon has held a grudge this entire season. Because if you remember, he was trying to change at the start of season 3. He was starting to change a little bit for Sunset. But what happened was, in the second episode, if you guys remember, the very first episode of season 3 was entitled Sonic's Revenge. It was titled Sonic's Revenge, but it was on Dark Oak. We come full circle to the season finale. It's called Aeon's Revenge. So it's literally, we just flipped the script. So in the second episode of season 3, well, that was actually the third, Twilight, being pregnant, decides to give up her powers of yielding the element of magic to Sonic. She did that back in the second episode of the season. So she senses the reason Sonic is having so many issues yielding this power of the elements of harmony. One of the reasons why Sonic is having issues controlling it is because he's so hell-bent and angry about Aeon that Twilight says he's got to let this go. So she stages a fight between Aeon and Sonic. Well, in that fight, in the third episode of season 3, when Sonic beats Aeon, he destroyed Aeon's crystal. And literally what Aeon did was he got a small fragment of that crystal and saved it so it could be refurbished by Nightshade's magic, which is why we'll get into that with the recap. But like, Aeon has always held a grudge, even though the test and that whole first fight between Sonic and Aeon was a test for Sonic. If Sonic wound up killing Aeon, or if Twilight or Shadow had to intervene to save Aeon from Sonic, Twilight was going to strip him of the element of magic right then and there. So Sonic passed the test. He let Aeon live, but broke his amulet. He crushed the amulet to pieces, leaving just shards. So Aeon wound up saving one of the shards. And he put it inside of his wrist inhibitor, had it engraved. So that's one of the reasons why. And then we get into the next dialogue where Aeon literally tells Sonic, look, I'm gonna control the entire, I'm gonna be in control of all the cosmos, and your friends are gonna be my servants, but with you, Sonic, it's personal. And the whole reason why Aeon wants to go back to Equestria is to exact his revenge on Sonic. He hates Sonic. Sonic hates him. In the very next part of the dialogue, Sonic says, look, you're the one who started this war between us, Aeon. I was just trying to protect Sonya from you. That goes back to when Sonya was kidnapped by Aeon when she was a girl, and Sonic was a child as well. Sonic tried to defend Sonya, but Aeon wound up taking her. So, and he took her to use her. He wanted to use her mark of hurt powers. Her part of the triad of power. So, Aeon kidnapped her for 15 years until he can. Let's see. Michael Collins says that's not fair, Mike. Aeon was a threat. No, well, not really. Maybe, but he was. The whole basis of Aeon was he at first was going to change. He was trying to change. Ophelia is causing havoc. Anyway, Elijah says, imagine us setting up an iceberg for HC lore. Oh, God. Anyway, back at it. So Sonic says, look, the reason why I hate you, Aeon, is because you kidnapped my sister just to use her powers. So you could have her powers to go beat Eclipse. So, none of us had any issues with you. I don't understand why you came back here. You could have gone somewhere else, but yeah, you came back here to start trouble. Sonic basically trying to tell Aeon, look, if anybody should hate, have a hate here, it's me. Then they go into it. Sonic gets all angry. He uses the element of magic. If you remember, I have each element of harmony has its own unique power. For the element of magic, Sonic turns into Harmonic Sonic. So he transforms into Harmonic Sonic. Right away, tries to throw a punch. Sonic goes to throw the first punch. Aeon immediately grabs the punch and literally crushes Sonic's hand to pieces. Breaks pretty much every bone in Sonic's hand. And Sonic is just writhing in pain. And we see Shadow come out of nowhere, Super Alicorn Shadow, with whatever little bit of Alicorn magic he has left inside of him, comes in and rescues Sonic, kicks Aeon. He kicks Aeon so hard that he kicks Aeon all the way through the Everfree Forest, all the way through Ponyville to the outskirts of Ponyville, where he crashes into a mountain. So yeah, so Shadow kicked him really hard. And Shadow asks, he checks on Sonic, asks if he's okay. Sonic tells him he broke my hand. Shadow says, well, Knuckles is back at Twilight's castle. He has all the Chaos Emeralds. Go, and once you absorb them, your hand will heal. He's like, well, hopefully you won't have to get involved in this fight, because I plan on ending Aeon before he transforms. So Shadow trying to learn a lesson from his last fight with Aeon to beat him quick. Elijah is calling it a night. May 3rd Senpai watch over your dreams. Later, Elijah, Merry Christmas, Happy Hearts Warming. And he blows a kiss to Sonya. Wait, I got one. Mwah. Bye, Hunter. Brandon Henderson with the Time Rift. I'm predicting all the inhabitants of Equestria moving to human Earth. Oh, man. Ophelia's like, what's this? Ayo? Girl, you already know I have a thing for him. Of course we are. You already know, Ophelia. I already told you I kind of have a thing for him. So, Sonic goes off to Twilight's castle to meet up with the girls and to get the Chaos Emeralds. Shadow goes off to continue the fight against Aeon. We go back to Eggman's ship, and they immediately sense a huge power in Equestria, in Ponyville. The computer is registering Shadow's Alicorn powers. Much to Eggman's shock, he is much he is like tens of thousands of times stronger than what he was when they fought Dark Oak a year prior on Mobius with the Chaos Emeralds. So Eggman is really taken aback by it. Infinite demands that they show Shadow on the screen. They wind up getting Super Alicorn Shadow on the screen, and even Eggman's like, that's a whole new form altogether. And they start watching the fight between Aeon and Shadow. And as the fight is going on, Infinite tells Dr. Eggman, we really need to hold off our attack right now because it's too big of a risk. With these powers here, we can't possibly invade right now. Let's just see how this plays out. Let's replan and come up with something else. We can't invade the planet right now because there's just too much going on. There's too much at risk, and it's not worth it. So the fight between Shadow and Aeon continues. They go back and forth, and eventually Aeon gets the upper hand. And as Aeon is getting the upper hand on Shadow, he knocks Shadow to the ground, and Shadow's just kind of lying in a pile of rubble. We cut back to Twilight's castle. Sonic can sense what's going on with Shadow. So he tells the girls, look, I'm absorbing the Chaos Emeralds. You girls stay here. I will call you on the communicators when we need you, or if we need you. So Sonic absorbs the powers of all 7 Chaos Emeralds. He becomes hypersonic, or however, or supersonic, becomes supersonic with all 7 Chaos Emeralds. And then very next scene, as Aeon is about to deliver the coup de grace to Shadow, Sonic comes in. Being in a super form, he flies very fast, so he comes in really quick and kicks Aeon on the top of the head, and it sends Aeon and the energy blast into the ground, causing a massive explosion. The other part that we missed prior to that was Shadow wound up firing in a chaos blast that got shot off into outer space and whatever. Almost hit Eggman's ship, or the explosion almost wrecked Eggman's ship. So anyway, the fight continues between Sonic and Aeon. Shadow then gets back into the fray as well. At this point, the fight is going back and forth constantly. I'm not going to get into the fight in every single detail, but it's basically a melee fight for the most part. Each side kind of gets the upper hand. Sonic and Shadow having the numbers advantage, and at the level of power that both of them have, makes it I don't want to say it makes it an even fight, but it evens it up enough where it's not a landslide for Aeon. So the 3 of them just exchange blows. They go back and forth. I'm trying to think where the turning point was in this fight, where we get to a point where Aeon, Elijah says, before Hunter goes, he's giving Nightshade nuzzles. Thank you, Hunter. I'm giving you nuzzles back. Happy hearts warming, my friend. So, a Merry Christmas, Elijah, from me. From real life me to you, Merry Christmas. I'll see you guys on New Year's because I'm doing another live stream. So the turning point here, Shadow realizes that him and Sonic are not going to be able. They're not going to be able to beat Aeon at this rate. They're not. And Shadow tells Sonic, "We need the girl now. Call them. Get them here. Get on the communicator and call them. Make sure the girls are on their way, because we're not going to beat them at this pace." So the fight continues. At some point, they get Aeon down, and I think it was the Sonic Flash attack that winds up doing the big damage. The Sonic Flash attack did some major damage to Aeon. At this point, it's probably the attack that did the majority of the damage. The most significant damage was that Sonic Flash attack. It was a wave of energy that literally shattered I don't want to say it shattered Aeon's insides, but the wave of energy that was created by Sonic's kick literally it caused some internal injuries for Aeon. And at that point, we see Shadow fly over and tell Sonic, "I'm going to put everything I have into this blast. I'm at my end. I'm pretty much out of alicorn magic. I'm going to put everything I have into this last attack." We see a massive chaos blast from Shadow that blows up the mountain that Aeon's in. However, as we would find out that Aeon wound up teleporting away from the blast. And at this point, Shadow has lost his super alicorn form, and he can't, since Aeon is a deity right now, he can't sense Aeon's power. And he can't see Aeon through all the smoke. So he's like, "I can't see anything." And that's when Aeon appears inside the smoke and kicks Shadow to the ground. At this point, Shadow is knocked unconscious. He's already back in his base form. So now that just leaves Sonic to fight Aeon by himself. At this point, Rainbow Dash and the girls, the Elements of Harmony now, and Knuckles have all left Twilight's castle to rush off to try to help Sonic. And we see Sonia ask Twilight, "Look, Twilight, can you take the energy, could you take your magic out of my ankle so I'm able to go and help my brother fight? I want to help defend Equestria. I want to defend my brother. I want to help him fight." And Twilight is apprehensive at first. She tells Sonia, "Look, you have not given us any reason to trust you, so why would I take the magic that keeps you in my castle? Why would I take that out? Why would I take that out? You haven't earned that yet. You're still in your prison sentence." And Hunter comes downstairs, and he tells Twilight, "Look, I don't have any right to say anything here, but I think you should let her go, and you should let her go fight." Twilight, and then he gives Twilight, he actually gets the idea in Twilight's head, puts the idea in Twilight's head of, "Look, if Sonia and Will go off and fight, if they go off to fight Aeon, I could go to the hospital, get Nightshade, and then we could have Sonia, Will, Prince William, and Nightshade could all form, they could form the Triad of Power, their own Triad of Power. One of them can absorb the Triad and become the God of Power to either match Aeon's power or maybe even surpass it, depending on which one of the three absorbed the power." So again, Twilight is a little apprehensive, but she gives in and says, "Okay, I'm trusting you, Sonia." And in Twilight's mind, it's a good idea that Hunter gave her. Like, it literally is a good idea in case the Harmony Chaos Cannon does fail. Twilight, knowing that the Mark of Herc powers are temporary anyway, living beings. So Twilight already knows that, like, no matter what, the Triad of Power is always going to be temporary. Whoever absorbs the Triad of Power is not going to be the God of Power forever. It's temporary, and its powers wear off. So it's literally not really that you're a god. You just inherit the god powers of Herc, who was the God of Power fictitiously in Harmony and Chaos. But in any case, I digress. So regardless, Twilight lets her go. And immediately, Sonia, or actually, Hunter leaves first to go get Nightshade. And then we see Sonia tell Prince William, "Look, you got to help us." Prince William's a little apprehensive because of his history with Sonia and Nightshade in general. And Felia's cheering for Sonia. "Yeah, way to go to war." That's right. I'm fighting for Equestria for once. So in any case, all three go off on their separate. They all three go off. Hunter goes to the hospital to try to get Nightshade, and then Sonya convinces Prince William to join her to fight Aeon. At this point of the battle, Sonic is starting to lose his powers. He's really starting to lose his powers, and the fight is starting to switch back the other way. Sonic and Aeon are fighting. They're melee fighting again. And at one point, Sonic kicks Aeon into the lake. That's outside of Ponyville, next to all the mountains. He winds up kicking him into the lake. Sonic's like, I'm not going in there. To hell I'm going in that water. So he winds up just firing a blast of energy at the lake to try to draw Aeon out. Aeon comes out of the water and literally punches the energy blast back towards Sonic. Sonic dodges it, but as Sonic dodges the ball of energy, he gets smashed by Aeon, and then Sonic goes crashing into the lake. And we all know, even though Sonic knows how to swim in Harmony and Chaos, he goes into panic mode as he's sinking to the bottom of this lake. Aeon, he's scared of, so Sonic is afraid of drowning is what it is. So Aeon makes a beeline for Sonic, who's underneath the water. Just before Aeon gets to the surface of the water, he gets hit by two energy blasts, one from Prince William and one from Sonya. And Aeon is sent crashing through the mountains. Sonya immediately goes into the lake to pull Sonic out. And so she rescues Sonic out of there. Sonic is kind of shocked to see Sonya at this point. And she said, yeah, Twilight let me go, so no worries. I'm here to help. And Sonic's like, well, he's like, where are the girls? I need to absorb the powers of the Harmony Chaos Cannon. We got to get the elements of Harmony going. So Sonya tells Sonic, well, the girls were right outside of town. Because keep in mind, Sonya flew past the girls. Really, the only one who's really quick that can get to the fight quick is Rainbow Dash. But Rainbow Dash doesn't really want to leave all the girls behind. So Sonya says, the girls are on the outside of town. If you go over there, you can meet them. So Sonic goes over, meets with the girls, while Sonya holds off Aeon. It doesn't take very long for Aeon to get the upper hand here. He beats up Sonya pretty bad. I shouldn't say pretty bad. He pretty much just backhands her, and they get into an argument. Aeon's basically telling Sonya, look, I know you enjoyed the time you had with me. And Sonya's like, oh, you're gross. And she's very bitter about Aeon kidnapping her and basically ruining her life and holding her prisoner for 15 years. At one point, the turning point to this part is Aeon has got an energy ball in his hand, and he's getting ready to. He's debating if whether or not he wants to kill Sonya, despite not liking Sonya. Again, in Aeon's mind, he doesn't know that this God of Power stuff is temporary right now. So instead of killing Sonya, he's just kind of like, well, wait a minute. I've lost Sunset. I don't have Amber. You're technically my wife, so I mean, maybe I should keep you around. And Philia's like, ugh. Not Philia. I mean, see, I'm looking at the chat and I see Philia. So Sonya is like, ugh, you're sick. And at this point, this is when Hunter gets into the fight and kicks. He winds up kicking Aeon through a mountain, which Sonya finds to be hilarious because Aeon keeps getting kicked through mountains. So Sonya says, well, thanks for the save. And she's like, well, where are you getting this power from? And that's when Hunter tells Sonya, hey, I'm getting these powers because Sonic, I'm getting these powers from the Chaos Emeralds. Sonic is using them in battle, so I'm getting the power surge. At this point, Sonya tries to tell Hunter he's still no match for Aeon, and decides to leave. She tries to get him to leave. Hunter, of course, says, no, I'm sticking by your side no matter what. I don't care. I'm in this battle with you. Sonya gets like an exclamation point over her head, like, bring. Like, what did he just say? And Hunter, she asks about Nightshade, like, where's Jackass? I mean, Nightshade. And Hunter tells her he wasn't at the hospital. I don't know where he is. He's missing. And she's like, great, just great. There goes plan B. So the fight continues. We're just going to skip ahead to the good part. So after all the melee fighting, after all of this fighting is going on, yada, yada, we get to the part where Sonic has he finally has, I'm trying to see what Michael Collins put. I'm actually going to get back into the chat here after the episode. I'm trying to wrap it up here pretty quick. So really nothing big happens here. It's just a lot of fighting. At some point, Sonic does absorb. He does get all of the girls together. They power up the elements of harmony, and now Sonic has the Harmony Chaos Cannon inside of his crown. The actual the cannon shot is inside the crown. And because he's got all 7 Chaos Emeralds, the magnitude of this explosion, if it's not handled properly, could legitimately wipe out the entire galaxy. So Sonic goes rushing back toward the battle. And this is when Sonic, just as Sonic was about to deliver the Harmony Chaos Cannon shot, the Chaos Emeralds lose all of their power. They separate from Sonic's body, and once the Chaos Emeralds are depleted of energy, they shoot across the planet. And that's what happens. So now you have Eggman and Equestria. All of the Chaos Emeralds have now scattered. So now I'm setting the stage. Keep that in mind. And now Sonic, going back into the battle, Sonic is now back in his base form. This episode and season 3 ends with Sonic fainting and falling out of the sky in his base form, and that is how season 3 would end. Absolute chaos with these fight sequences. If you did not see this episode, I really hope you watch it. It's a fantastic episode. The amount of voicing and hard work that went into it. The fight scenes are just intense. I don't know if Nicole is still in the chat, but Nicole will tell you she was sitting on. Like I said, I watched the episode twice today. Once this morning to test it out, and then with you guys on the premiere. And I was on the edge of my seat both times, and I wrote the darn thing. Just the intensity of that fight sequence was insane. I think Michael Collins is asking about Rouge. I can't see around that icon. I just typed gibberish in the chat because I wanted to see what Michael Collins wrote. That says, when was the last time Rouge had a major role? Rouge is in a relationship, and she's a Wonderbolt. So Rouge is off doing things with Thunderlane. So Rouge is only going to be a carousel character. She's basically going to come around every once in a while. She'll come back every now and again when she goes on. When the Wonderbolts go on military leave, you'll see Rouge and Thunderlane, both living in Ponyville, will eventually go back. You'll see Rouge again eventually. It's just Rouge is, I don't think, ever going to come back in a full-time role. She's basically, quote-unquote, shipped off the series. But you will see her from time to time. She will come back from time to time. Michael Collins. So she's shafted. Got it. Do you mean that in a literal sense? I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to be sus. Yeah. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that season finale because it was freaking awesome. It was like I said, I stayed up all night to pretty much get it done. I'm looking at my eyes at the screen here, and I'm just like, God, am I out of it? But I'm gonna take whatever last minute questions you guys may have. I'm gonna get some music going here for the outro. But yeah, man. So season 3 ended on a very high note. I'm very proud of this episode. I think out of the 3 season finales I've done, this is probably the strongest of the season finales. Season 2's was very good. This is probably my favorite season finale so far. I'm pretty parched, man. I am pretty parched. I need a break, and I got so much traveling to do. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Heartswarming. If you guys are traveling, be safe. I know I'm driving somewhere in the between tomorrow and December 26th. I'm driving between 600 and 700 miles in those 3 days. So, yeah, I'm going to be in the car. I get the next 3 days off, but it's basically my days off are going to be spent in the car. So, yay for me. And really, the family functions are just going to be. Why am I doing it this way? So, I don't know if you guys have any last minute questions. I want to wrap up this live stream by saying um, I do have a tentative date. Season 4 is going to release on Labor Day weekend, probably Labor Day Friday, which is September, first week of September in 2024. So 9 months from now. But not to worry. I'm going to continue to do reboot episodes. We're going to continue doing reboots, kingdoms in the interim while we wait for these 9 months. Episode 1 of season 4 is completely finished. I'm putting it into the computer right now. So, in actuality, in a couple of weeks, me and the team might be voicing episode 1 of season 4 in a couple of weeks. Take that, Solaria. Hype hours. But yeah. The other big thing I wanted to say, I wanted to get to 500 subscribers before the end of season 3. We're very close. I am hoping we get there by September. The big thing about 500 subscribers is I think I'm going to be able to monetize at that point. I'm going to try. That's kind of a big deal for me. And for the VAs, because I would love to start making money on this. I would love to start having my VAs make money on this. So that's a big deal. We need just 5 more subscribers. Possibly Solaria. Not yet. Not yet. I'd like to. Believe me. I think I don't know if it's 500 subscribers now or if it's still 1,000. I've heard rumors that if you have X amount of watch hours, then you can knock it down to You basically can get I think it's 500 subs now, if I'm not mistaken. But then again, what do I know? Oh, it's still 1,000. Why are you bursting my bubble? Oh, Michael. Michael, you're bursting my bubble today. Oh, man. Anyway, guys, I don't know what else I really want to say. I am so out of it. I had this whole outro planned, and it's just my brain is mush at this point. I'm definitely going to end this, guys. This is not the last live stream of the week. This is the last live stream of 2023 for sure. I know on New Year's Day, I'm going to want to do the season 3 recap live stream where we just have a discussion on everything that was season 3. I'll pick some topics to discuss, some of the big topics. But other than that, guys, so we are 9 months away from the season premiere of season 4. But we're going to get plenty of reboot episodes, reboot live streams. I'm going to give you guys a trailer probably in the summer for season 4. Expect the official trailer in the summer. The good news is that I've already got an episode written. So it's moving fast. My goal is to have 6 to 8 episodes done, completely done, and on YouTube just waiting for the releases. What I would like to do is I'd like to do a new episode every 2 to 3 weeks. I want to build up that, I kind of want to build up the episode nest. This way we're ahead of the game. And we're not playing this game where you guys are waiting 6 months for a new episode. You guys will get one every couple weeks, at least right off the bat. Like I said, my goal is 6 to 8 episodes for season 4. We'll see. Anyway, guys, that's all I got. I got to get out of here. I'm dead. I've been up here we've been talking for 2 hours. But that's it, guys. Again, safe travels. I love you guys. Happy heartswarming. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. And I will see you guys on New Year's Day. It'll be at night at 7 p.m. But New Year's Day, we're doing the season 3 wrap-up. That's all I got, guys. Be safe out there. Drive safely. And enjoy the holiday time with your families.